Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Suddenly Amish from the makers of Pig Royalty, Season 1, Episode 4, Love Your Neighbor.
It feels important to make the stipulation because I want to thank all of the internet sleuths who are doing the sleuthing out there, trying to help us out. I appreciate it. Personally, I do. I really do. I just want to start right out the gate. Utmost appreciation for everyone who's trying to help us figure out who James is, why he reminds us of other people. But I think the thing we need to call attention to, I'm not saying that James reminds me of someone else. I'm saying I've seen James, this person, this man.
Exactly him.
In this form, speaking to people, talking to people in the way that he does. That's the essence that I'm trying to figure out. So, no, it's not Jeremiah from Breaking Amish. Those are two very different people. I appreciate...
There's a lot of facial blindness out there.
It's a serious concern.
Well, maybe now that you've distinguished, it's not that he looks like somebody. It's that we have seen James himself somewhere else.
I'm trying to refine my search criteria for everybody who really, really feels the need to want to help us answer this question and figure out where this man is from.
It's bothering other people, too, because they also recognize him.
It's not just us. Yeah, there's some sort of strange phenomenon that's flying around here where we've all seen or heard James in some way, shape, or form in some show or some other experience. I don't know what's going on. Is it show related? Is it...
it's been a few weeks now, so I'm really thinking at this point it's gonna rely on divine intervention to just wake up out of a dead sleep one day and remember where he came from.
We'll figure something out here. In the meantime, should we get right in on the episode here? Yeah.
We're still here. We're in it for the long haul. We're going through Suddenly Amish. I am kind of enjoying it.
Is this episode 4 or is this 5? No, I just got messed up.
4.
It's 4?
I think. Whatever.
We did our crossover on 2, so then 3. Yeah, this is 4. Okay. It feels like we're
halfway. This is the halfway point.
Doesn't it feel like we're further than halfway, though? It feels like we were going to skip around. It doesn't feel... It's just me. Okay.
Are you ready to be done with it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just so much happens in one episode. It's just jam-packed, full of content.
I know that's not it. Yeah, that ain't it. There's not much to miss here, I don't think. Maisie keeps kicking me, though. So I guess, we got to get started here.
This was a good episode.
I think overall, this did pretty good. We didn't have too many, strange dream sequence montages.
You can't take the show too seriously. I think that that's the key to it.
Yeah, it's just kind of click your brain off for a little bit, and
which I need right now.
Yeah, we need that. We need a prescription for that 1 hour a week at least to just shut the brain off. So Esme is deciding to turn her brain off here too. She has to assimilate into the Amish community here, but the lashes and the nails, that was holding her back. They wouldn't let her play dress up here until she removed those items.
She was being very stubborn about getting rid of the lashes and the nails.
Well, she was still complaining at the beginning of this episode, too, of they said that we were going to work out an accommodation, basically. And it was you had a week. That was the accommodation. It's been 2 weeks now.
She's very jealous that they let Judah put his Amish clothes on, but not her.
I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, she was like, how come he got to keep his beard? It's because he just found out today that he had a shave. You found out a week ago what you had to get rid of.
Yeah, this was not the same thing. You've already had your pushback moment. This was Judah's first pushback moment. So I think that was why they were a little bit more accommodating with that circumstance.
So Kendra's trying to give her a little pep talk here because she has actually gone through with changing her hair and her nails and her makeup and her clothes. And, on the other side of it, it's not so bad because there's not even mirrors in the house to see yourself.
Bright side, yeah. I don't even know what I look like. So
So you won't know what you look like.
you're overthinking it at this point. Yeah, like just let that go. Don't worry about it. Just forget about it.
Also, I loved how Esme's looking at her and she's like, you know what? Kendra looks pretty good.
Kendra looks younger. She's got like this glow about her. There's just this level of confidence that I didn't see before. And I have a newfound appreciation for her. So maybe I can obtain that same sort of elusive quality that I'm trying to get access
We're
to
glowing
here.
up by dressing down.
Yeah.
That's much needed. Because we end up with Esme deciding that she's going to go through with it. She's taken everything off.
Well, not like everything, you know.
Basically. I mean,
to put
then
more
changed
modest
into her
clothes
clothes.
on. Yeah, to put more modest things on. We're not just like
she's taking it off and then putting more on.
going.
But not the nails and the lashes and the makeup.
Right, yes. Less of those things and then more of the Amish things.
I think she looks 1,000,000 times better.
Look, I mean, shocker, right? Because her photo is dead center on the entire image that they keep plastering around for this show. She's like the flagship image of this entire series that
Which
they
I'm
have
sure
right
she
now.
was really thrilled about.
Yeah, but like, yes, she did eventually do that. We knew this was coming at some point, so to drag this out a couple episodes seemed a little over the top too, but here we are. Yes, we've made it to this
She
point.
should never put fake lashes back on ever again.
I don't think so. And yeah, I mean, they tried to make it a big reveal moment for her where they like reunited everybody again and then everybody's very supportive. But like, I think this just plays into kind of the closed community sort of downside here because, yeah, they basically just guilted you into doing what they wanted you to do and then rewarded you by accepting you back into this group, right?
There was a little bit of peer pressure.
Yeah, like a lot of it, I think.
But like the reverse of what you experience in society, because instead of being pressured to add all of those things to make yourself look a certain way, she had to get rid of them all.
Yeah, we had to break it down.
Yeah.
Different. Go in the opposite direction here. Yeah.
I think she looks so much younger. Both of them look like, I don't know, do they have no makeup on?
It didn't look like makeup. Yeah, like no makeup on.
They've got great skin.
Okay, there you go. Must be all the facial scrubbers and cleansers that they were able to smuggle in because Emma didn't know what those were.
They're really going hard on the skincare since they can't apply any makeup.
Nighttime routine. They're probably drinking more water. It's just, little things like that.
It's all the sweating that's giving them a very dewy look.
It clears out the pores from the inside out here. Because, yeah, that's the best benefit is now that Esme has her Amish clothes on, now you can do Amish chores like the rest of us. Great.
Like, they can make butter.
They can churn some butter.
Which, looks fun to me.
Okay.
It's probably the only Amish chore that I think I'd be okay with.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
You're not even going to fight me on that.
I don't.
There were no animals involved. I get to do it on a porch.
You could probably do some of the gardening if you felt like it. But then here's the problem is when they say, hey, we have to do this stuff for the garden. And then you'd look outside and you'd go, oh, but it's a little bit hot. It's a little too sunny. It's a little over
the
cloudy.
Heat of the day right now. We should have done it earlier this
maybe
morning.
We shouldn't do. Okay, well, it needs to get done. So there's deadlines that happen.
Probably do it tomorrow.
No.
That's the thing
be.
that's stressing them out. They're talking about deadlines. You're telling me when I got to do things by.
Or no, I think you're thinking of Jonah from Seven Little Johnsons. He's on his Mentee B where he moved back home, and that's where we're at in the rewatch. He's getting stressed. Are you realizing now? Yes, you've mixed up storylines here.
I've merged these two shows together. That's because my mind is always on Seven Little Johnstons.
Constantly thinking about the plight of the Johnstons, definitely right now. So no, it's not the deadlines that are stressing everybody out because there's no deadlines. It's just an endless to-do list. That you feel like you work on everything all day. It's our lives.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I do, except I just keep making new lists and adding things to those lists, and I never cross anything off of the old one.
Right.
So the new one just keeps getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the basis of anything. So even if you go simple Amish stuff, like simple life that they're trying to escape to in some ways as what they're describing. It's kind of the same experience.
Yeah.
Same experience as there's just never enough time in the day. There's always an endless list of things that you should be doing, need to be doing, have to do. Do you have time to get everything done? Probably not. Not really. You just keep plugging away. You do what you can and then leave it at that. So they're churning butter because that seems like an efficient use of time, I suppose, if you have the time
They
to
need
do
butter.
this. They need butter. That's what it comes down to. But Emma was warning them. It's like, yeah, you do this for like 2 hours. 2 hours.
Yeah, I do understand why I took 3 of them then.
Yeah, because then they were kind of able to.
It's
divide
hard
and
to do that
conquer.
for 3 hours. 2
Yeah.
hours, however long it was. It's
couple
too long.
hours.
Of course, they have to make a joke about this because some of their skills from the English world that they have honed have helped them to churn the butter.
Well, we had all the hoeing jokes when they were gardening, and so now we have to have all the hand gibber jokes about churning butter.
Some feedback for production. I don't need these very obvious, pushed in my face kind of jokes.
Like, we could make that connection on our own.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't
We
need
could.
it to be explained to me. And then
Explicitly and repeatedly.
I think it's funnier watching them just naturally do weird things. I don't need like the sexual innuendo.
Yeah,
Doesn't really hit on the show.
There was more of that, but I think it's because they are hyper aware of this too, of these aspects of it. Because there's like, they pour the cream into the bucket. There's like white liquids that are dispersing from the
I understand what they're
area
trying
here.
to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just Emma is so innocent and we're here to corrupt her with our jokes about giving hand jobs in the real world. It's a low point compared to some of the other content.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Bring me more Jacob and Billy Joe on a date.
Oh, careful. Yeah. We'll get to that, I guess. We'll figure that out. But
Right,
there's
but
other
first,
things to
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Judah is also, I guess this is kind of a chore. It's going to help him to be able to do chores and obviously live in the Amish world. You got to leave the farm at some point. So you
Sometimes.
got to learn how to drive a horse and buggy.
Yes. Which seems like more of a hassle than it's worth, I think, at this point.
I was surprised. Like, this is a very, I don't know, there's glass, there's windows in the horse and buggy.
Kind of. Is it glass or is it like plexiglass? Like, is it, I don't know, is it like a hockey rink? Sort of impact resistant. It's not like a windshield material, right?
I don't know.
I don't know
Also,
enough.
I'm not sure how impact resistant they are because remember
Oh, boy. After your research, when you were trying
identity
to
that
see.
James has stolen
Right, yes.
is of somebody who
Passed away,
unfortunately passed in a
unfortunately.
horse and buggy accident.
Right, yes. This is the theory that Carly's sticking with, and that's what we're going to go with here. Judah seems to have some other suggestions here. He's kind of going for like a pimp my ride sort of approach to this, where he's like, oh, I could probably make some changes to
He's
the
got
buggy.
big plans for what his buggy is going to look like.
To the horse and the buggy, because, yeah, he's trying to go with a color coordination aspect here for the rims and the horse, and how can we color code this and synchronize and get everything all lined up as well. But then he starts riding around in the buggy a little bit, and he's like, this is terrible. I'm getting thrown around in this thing.
No suspension.
There's no shocks.
It's like a Jeep.
It's just straight transfer of energy of whatever's going on the road. And so, yeah, you're just getting tossed around here.
It's better than walking.
Okay, at this point, you're going to find out the drawbacks, because then when James lets Judah take the reins here and he teaches him how to use the brakes, which you have to pump a couple times to get the brakes working before you actually press the brakes.
Don't you just yell, whoa?
And pull back on the reins a little
No.
bit. Well, not like back, but like, yeah, easy. Whoa there.
I don't know, I guess it's different when there's a buggy behind the horse.
I don't know.
I've never ridden a horse, so I don't know why I'm giving you horse facts.
Right. Okay. Well, I think here's a horse fact.
I do know they shit a lot.
They can poop.
Mm-hmm.
They can poop when they're right in front of you. And that's not a good buggy experience.
See, that's what I'm saying. The window was open on Judah's side. I feel like that was purposely done.
Really?
Yeah. So he's downwind because James was guarded from it.
Oh, yeah.
The
he
windshield
was like,
was
we
secured
better,
on his side.
We better switch seats here so that you can drive. So that way I'm out of the blast radius.
I did think this was like the nicest moment we've seen of James.
Okay.
Because he was...
That he let him take the shit seat? Yeah, that was real thoughtful of him.
He was really having a good time watching Judah learn how to do this.
Yeah. Well, this is the point where I'm like, can I just ride the horse? So then that way when it's taking a crap, it's just falling behind us. I don't have to have my face right up its butt while it's taking a dump here while we're walking down the road. I would rather just ride the horse then at that point. Can I just get on top of the horse?
Is there a back seat to the buggy?
No, I don't think so.
I want to ride in the back.
There might be like a trunk that you can store some goods in or something, but that's about it. Yeah, there's not many options there.
So as they're doing this, Judah is still thinking, I gotta tell him, right? I gotta come out about the fact that I'm bi, but also probably not today because I don't know. There's something a little off about James. Everybody feels like James is maybe a little mentally unstable.
A threat. He's threatening. He has a threatening aura.
Overbearing. We saw how he reacted to Matt being divorced.
He walked Matt off the property with an axe because he was divorced. So what would he do if he found out that Judah was bi? Probably nothing good. No good thing.
I don't think I would tell him while we're alone in the horse and buggy.
No. Yeah. Not a good spot.
I think I'd go somewhere highly populated.
Right.
During, at the edge of the property where I could just escort myself off in case he comes at me with the axe again.
Maybe peak hours at the shoe store that we went to or something.
They're really dragging that out, though, so I'm guessing it's going to be a big confrontation whenever it's actually revealed.
Big reveal.
Yeah.
Probably.
Which is kind of like gross to, make it a big reveal to see how they're going to react to it.
Drag this out, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be. The series, is it the series finale? The season finale?
Penultimate episode.
Maybe the penultimate, yeah.
Well, there's other things that are progressing as far as storylines go, and it's that Aaron still cannot hear. They have not given him a new pair of hearing aids yet, and the longer he goes without them, I feel like we're seeing his mental stability is like decreasing.
Well, I was noticing that he is like picking up the Amish accent more. So I don't know if that's because of the hearing, like state of hearing that he's in right now, or if he's just more attuned to like he's listening so intently that now it's his speech patterns that are being impacted as well.
Maybe. I know there are people who definitely pick up on accents a lot easier than other people.
Meredith Marks. Yeah. Obviously. Obvious choice. Yes. Right? Clearly.
The husband.
but we're not doing Meredith Marks sorts of excursions today. We are going to paint a house. He's going to meet up with Jacob.
Okay. Did they give him this to do because they were like, look, you have to do physical chores because we can't really communicate well. So we got to keep you busy. If you can just paint this house yourself, that would be valuable to us as a community.
The whole basis, too, is that idle hands are the devil's playthings. So you have to continually always be doing something.
Oh, this man is never sitting still.
So, no. And then, yeah, he doesn't want to sit still because he's like, if I sit still, I'm trying to listen to things. I'm just going to lose my mind. So I need to just focus on things that I can zone out while I'm doing that.
Were you surprised that they gave him a roller to paint the house with?
Yeah, this did not seem like a roller type job.
No.
Because that's what he was complaining.
Seems like a big paintbrush. Like a cartoon-sized paintbrush.
Well, that's what he was saying. This would be so much easier if I just had a sprayer. If you could just...
All right, do you guys have a problem with those?
Air compressor.
I guess there's electricity involved.
Yeah, there's electricity, unless you're going to bring a generator or something.
Do it the good old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
The roller
some
here.
Elbow grease. But yeah, the roller didn't really seem like a fit for this. This is like that episode of Sister Wives where they went to Cody's mom's house and then they all painted the house. It was kind of like that. They didn't use rollers for that. That was all brushes, if I recall
There's
correctly.
nothing more fun than watching people paint a house on reality TV.
That's guaranteed viewership right there. So
the work's not very good.
you know, there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it that way.
Painting is not even really. Oh, okay, I take this back. Painting inside is very difficult. Painting a house outdoors where like you can drip some paint and it's okay.
Well, it's not great.
Not
but
the worst of jobs, not the most skilled.
yeah, and Jacob's just more upset with like the speed in which the job is being performed. He's like, you should probably be going a little bit faster because this is going to take a long time.
Give me my big brush.
I need a whatever brush you think is too large. I need you to go a couple more sizes above that one and give me that just to see.
And they're trying to have a conversation with him, but every time he turns his back to go back to painting, he can't tell what they're saying to him anymore.
Can't hear. This man cannot hear.
Also, let's be real. It's partially that he's trying to talk to this guy, Jacob, who is, I don't even know what he's there for. They were supposed to be doing this together, I
He
guess?
got the job. Yeah, he landed this gig where they're painting this English person's house. And so he's hiring out for, hey, yeah, you're going to come do this then, I guess.
So Alan and Jacob just stand there and watch Aaron do all of the work.
Because this is what gets me. All right, let's think about the microeconomics of this situation. You have someone who's English, who's outside of the Amish community, has hired the Amish to come and do this work. The Amish then are recruiting English people into their closed community, and they're testing them out on the work. This is just a roundabout way of English people hiring English people, and that's
Little do they know, they're not going to hire them again.
No, yeah.
This was not done very well.
A job not well done. But yeah, to be fair, Jacob's not really a wordsmith.
No, I
To
felt
say
like
the
that was
least.
a big component of not being able to understand what was being said.
Everything he kind of says just sort of trails off anyway. And so that's not helping especially when Aaron is turning his head away from them and is painting the house.
What Austin Powers movie did Jacob walk out of?
I hate to say this too, but it's like, why does he look familiar to me too? I hate that this is the direction that this is going. I really do. Is it medieval times? Why is there like
he's got Ren Fair actor?
There's Ren Fair vibes that's going on here. And I know people are going to say, oh, around Lancaster, because that's how you're supposed to say it, I guess.
So now people are arguing about it.
Okay, but then
we've got others from it's you all in Pennsylvania fighting with each other about how to pronounce the name of this place.
I'm just going to say it like James says it, because he's an immortal being who has lived and traveled through the planes of our existence longer than we would ever know. And so he just says Lancaster. So that's what we'll do. I know there's a Ren Fair that's over there. I'm not going to lie to you.
Now I'm worried that he looks like one of the vampires from Sinners.
Wait, which guy? James?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
I started to think that
I know
the look was kind of adjacent.
It gets in that area. Yeah. It could. But yeah, okay, here's a vibe. For the people who aren't watching the show anymore or have given up on this, Jacob has a very Hodor energy about him, too, from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he does.
Right? We'll pin that down? Let's just leave it at that then. But, okay, so they're trying to make conversation as best they can. Aaron works up the courage to ask Jacob some personal questions, even though he doesn't know what's about to come out of this dude's mouth. And he's like, what, you got a thing for English girls? You dating? You're married? Mm-hmm. You got kids? What's going on?
Billy Joel,
Billy Joel,
Billy Jean, Billy whatever, BJ.
Billie Jean King on tour with Billy Joel. Only the good die young.
She is looking for an Amish suitor. And she should have just kept her eyes open herself instead of relying on other people to be finding her dates.
To be set up on an Amish blind date, that has to be terrifying, right? Like with people that you're doing this sort of experiment with. What do we call this? Is this an experiment? Is this...
I'm starting to call it an experiment, just like they do on Married at First Sight.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because it's ultimately going to fail, just like Married at First Sight.
Obviously, yeah. They're just going to say, no thanks, never mind. We shouldn't have done this to begin with.
And
but...
James and Emma and Sarah and Alan are our experts.
Yeah, it's not going well. Like, they are wildly unprepared for this, and they have pulled people into this who they are now throwing into the deep end and saying, good luck, figure it out, I guess.
Alan's like, this is a good idea. I will set BJ up on a date with Jacob.
Anything that'll get BJ out of the house for a little while, because we are all crammed into one house because we're still waiting on that exterminator to show up for the whole bat situation. So
The bats.
They're
a bad omen.
Right.
We haven't really found out what that is yet.
Not yet, necessarily.
It must be the James Matt face-off that's going to eventually happen.
Maybe.
Perhaps. A duel of sorts over Kendra.
Oh, God. Spoilers, I guess. No, that's the storyline that we're building, though. But
yeah.
Okay, so what's going on with Aaron? Aaron gets his replacement hearing aids here.
So they're a low-tech pair of hearing aids that don't require being hooked up to a phone in order to use them. And Aaron's like, throw them in the trash.
Yeah, this is worse
if they don't connect to any piece of technology, I don't even want them then.
Well, because like the feedback, they didn't even go into that too much, because he was basically talking about how it's kind of like any sort of new device, he needs to get acclimated to it. And it's basically like reprogramming his brain on how to interact with this new device. And so if it's feeding back, or if it's screeching or echoing or doing all sorts of things, like there's some things that are worse about it than just not using that device at all. So I think that was something that they kind of glossed over. It seemed like it was more prevalent in the preview from like the next episode on last week.
I was going to say they showed the feedback.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you heard it a little bit.
It was really annoying.
Yeah. It was not a good experience.
I don't blame him. Like, give me the old ones back. Also, you have a phone in your pocket, James.
So, please.
And I can't use my hearing aids.
Yeah.
I want an accommodation.
It's just a power trip at this point. Yeah. I think this is just, they're in the bad place, and it has to be these minor inconveniences that is just the alterations and the tweaks to their experience that makes it a little bit more unbearable, specifically for them.
That is like the bad place.
That's what's going on.
All right. So BJ goes on this blind date with Jacob, and she's very hopeful at the beginning because like he could sweep her off her feet. He could be the Amish suitor that she's always been waiting to come a courtin'.
But the way that he comes rolling up to their date on his little scooter with the basket on the front.
No. I think I was taking a note during that and
you missed that?
I did not see the basket and the scooter.
There was a basket and a scooter, definitely.
Did they ride it together to their date destination?
No.
Oh.
No, because then that's what the date kind of consists of. It's, I guess we're going to go on a walk, because there's not much to do for dates in the Amish community necessarily, I suppose. Unless you're going to churn butter together, but that,
well, getting a little racy.
One thing leads to another.
Sit by the cornfield a little bit.
Well, she's into him, so yeah, like that could be. Okay, she's into his looks, She's
into his little bowl cut.
She likes the Amish look, the Amish vibe of him. Definitely, yes, she's on board with that. She likes that he is a traditional Amish man with the bowl cut. He
is kind of lacking in the conversation department. She's not really get a whole lot out of him. It's just a lot of okays.
One-word answers, especially when it's a compliment to him, and then it's just, okay. Okay.
So she tries to shock him at one point by revealing that she has a little tattoo on the back of her neck.
And so she shows him, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I have a couple tattoos too. And she was a little surprised by that, obviously. And she's like, well, can you show them to me? No, they're hidden.
They're in private places.
Private areas. It would be inappropriate for me to share that.
And also, my nipples are pierced.
Good for you. Seems like a strange response.
Maybe some questions like, when did you get a tattoo? When did you get your nipples pierced? Was that like a Rumspringa experience? Has it been in the years after?
They allow
Does
you?
anyone else know that this is the case?
Yeah, like this is allowed, or is this like a secret thing? Do people not know about this? Like, what is the story here? What is going on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is where he feels like he is a fake character, right? He came from Central Casting
As well, something.
He came right out of Righteous Gemstones or something.
Something happened.
It felt like it was a scene out of that show where he's just going to reveal that he secretly got his nips pierced.
It was.
And then insist that you feel them.
Right. It's part of it. That has to be part of it.
I think she was like considering it a little bit more after she saw the piercings.
She liked that.
Yeah.
That won her over a little bit more.
She's like, ooh, there's something interesting about Jacob. He's got some things that he keeps hidden from the rest of society.
Right.
That could be titillating.
Oh, a little bit. Well, and this was Jacob's first date ever. So he didn't really know what to expect. He was like, yeah, I had fun though. Showing her my nipple piercings. She kind of touched them and rubbed them a little bit there. That was nice.
I think about that quite a bit when I watch her churning the butter from across the yard. I don't think he's going to hear from her ever again.
No, she tried to rate
one and done.
She rated it 3.5 stars out of 5, but she said he gets 3 stars just for being like a traditional Amish man with the bowl cut and the suspenders. So conversation was like half a star. That's probably not indicating long-term success here.
Bring him back. I want him to just be hanging around all of the time.
Yeah.
Like on the edge of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Not involved in the actual scene, but just lurking.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be just real standard issue lurking material here. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, well, speaking of, Matt has been back in Texas for 2 whole weeks while everybody has still been back in Lancaster. And he's a little bit upset because the more he's thought about it, he's like, this experience was ripped away from me by James. I could have still been there. I could have been exploring this bond that I had with Kendra from the moment I met her.
Was it a bond? I mean, I think we're attributing a little bit too much. Maybe we're a little too hopeful on what could have been, I suppose.
Well, he's got to pretend that that's an element of it. And also that he actually still cares about the fact that like his kids could have wanted to live there. It could have been a great place to raise them. And he's got to go back and see Kendra again. So he's going to decide to work up the nerve to face crazy James because he knows that when he goes back, he's not going to get like a wide open arms, a happy reception from him.
Yeah, it took him 2 weeks. He went home all the way to Texas, and then he decided like, oh, I'm not going to let James push me around. I'm going to go. This is like such a George Costanza storyline of like he was at home and thought of a rebuttal finally to James leading him off the property with an axe.
So now he's going to travel back across the country.
So now he'll go back all the way. He's going to travel all the way back to then be like, you know what? No.
You're not going to chase me off this farm with an axe, James.
It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, like you've already been gone. You haven't been involved in any of this. So how much of this is fabricated? How much of this is, did he actually go all the way back to Texas? Was this just limited time of what was happening here? And they're just kind of leading us along with like how much time has actually passed in the experiment?
I don't know, but I love it. Because the scene where he returns.
Okay, yeah.
Give them an Emmy. 10 out of 10.
Really? Okay.
It was hilarious. I thought it was better than trying to shove the Billie Jean nipple story on us.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So they're busy working in the barn, doing various things.
They're chucking hay bales around.
And they turn around, and here comes Matt lugging his suitcase back up the road.
He's got his backwards hat on. He doesn't have any Amish attire on, so he's still standing out like a sore thumb here. And yeah, Kendra is just completely overcome with emotion.
She takes off out of that barn.
She sprints down to greet him and just totally biffs it, falls down and like hurts her arm because at one point she's cradling her.
I can't even feel my elbow.
Yeah, she's cradling her elbow here because she slammed down and then is like grabbing at him and hugging him, greeting him here.
And James looks out from the barn and sees Matt, and he is displeased.
Not happy with this. Yeah, this is ruining James's chance.
See what happened?
Kendra.
Matt came back, and Kendra, she bolted from temptation, and she got hurt.
You know, I'm not going to say it's an act of God, but
It was probably an act of God.
it might have been. You know, you can't say it wasn't.
Okay, I am enjoying the tension that they're building between like this triangle of Matt, Kendra, and James.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do here, which we sniffed that out, right? That was like the theory
2 episodes
was
ago.
Once you boot somebody out of here, it's because this dude was like a little intimidated. James was intimidated.
He doesn't like the competition.
He doesn't want that, so he had to remove Matt from the scenario here, so then that way he stands a chance to maybe accept Kendra into the community, and then he can take her as his bride or whatever. I don't know. Whatever he's thinking about doing. But so this is where Alan and James and Emma are like, well, maybe sidebar. We got a sidebar conversation over here about this. And so they take the conversation over, and Alan's like, are you sure you don't like any of the ladies here, James? Because it seems like you taken a little bit with Kendra specifically.
I'm getting the vibe that maybe you have another reason why you don't want Matt here other than the fact that he's been divorced. Interesting that you are so hell-bent on following the rules all of a sudden.
God, Maisie just punched the mouse over here. Oh, God. Thought she was trying to
She's
fire
done
up some
with
notes.
this show.
I know, she's ready to be... Oh, gosh. Okay. So, yeah, this is basically where it was just Alan is over it with James pretending like he doesn't have a thing for Kendra. And so he's like, yeah, we need to address this. We got to talk about this.
Can James even get married when he's like not in good standing with his community?
I don't know.
I feel like that wouldn't be allowed.
Is that his way to get back into good standing with the community? Is that how
to marry an English girl? I don't think that's probably the way to do it.
And then repopulate, get some new bloodlines going in the church here. I think that seems to be their main goal overall.
All right, the preview for the upcoming episodes, I'm glad we're not giving up on this and we're going to keep going because at one point, Esme is implying that there's something weird going on between James and Emma, that they don't interact the way that cousins normally interact with each other. Kissing cousins or something.
Oh.
No?
Well, worse than that. Yeah, it was.
No, you have
They're
your
talking
first
about
cousins,
underwear.
and you have your cousin's cousins.
Oh, no, sweetie. No. That's not it.
I think that's what she was trying to get us thinking was happening.
You know, like, yeah, and from what they caught on to, because then Emma got very upset when they were talking about her undergarments before, too, so maybe that's in relation to this as well. I don't know. We're going to have to see how that goes, right? Because remember when the producers were asking her? That was last episode when they were picking out all the fabric.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, did Amish ladies wear underwear? And she was like, we're not supposed to talk about that.
What does that have to do with James?
That was in the preview, was that he was asking her. He yelled to her if she was wearing underwear.
Oh.
And then she said, do you want to come check? Which maybe that's not something that you say to your cousin. Maybe that's not something.
I missed the whole thing.
That I think
Wow.
that was the
smoking gun.
Right. Yeah, that was what got people questioning in that moment, and rightfully so.
And at some point, Matt and Kendra escape to a motel to get away from James, and he chases them down.
It turns into an episode of Cheaters, where then James turns into Joey Greco, and he's just here for answers. You guys, that's what he's here for. He's here for the truth.
It's gonna be good.
I think this is going to be good.
I think we're just picking up here.
I think this is shaping up. We have potential here.
Well, if you're interested in hearing more from us, we also are recapping The Traitors, which is currently airing on Peacock.
Oh, that's been getting good too. Yeah, that's just ramping up. We're on the back half of that.
Traitors are starting to turn on the traitors.
Oh,
There's
boy.
lots of drama.
So yeah, that's always a good one. You get that right on this feed if you stay subscribed here. And then also, if you're liking what you're hearing, if you like the jokes, you like the conversation that's coming up here, leave us a written review. it has to have the words in it. Thanks to everybody who has been going out of their way to write these reviews. We've been seeing them coming in, and we're very appreciative of that. Thank you so much. It really helps the podcast out because for whatever reason, I don't know, the robots like to read the words, and then they put those words in front of other people, and they say, yeah, this is really good because people are talking about this.
Keep it coming. Keep them coming. Keep the
going.
reviews flowing in. And if you're interested in more content from us, we have a Patreon where we release bonus episodes. We did an episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters recently, which is a very good season so far.
We did have our binge update of 7 Little Johnstons, which that is why we have 7 Little Johnstons on the brain.
Yeah, we have a lot of opinions about them.
A lot of opinions.
There's a whole episode where we spent, like an hour and a half?
Oh, yeah.
Ranting about
the first
Amber.
10 seasons, basically, of what was going on with that.
So if you're interested, that's over on Patreon. Thanks for listening. See you next time.